What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Wednesday Night Live. How you hearing me? We had some technical difficulties again. This is another reason we do this, is so we can iron this stuff out before Superstakes. And so, yeah, Dustin Couch, good to see you, buddy. We are going to talk some cool stuff tonight. TJ McCauley, good seeing you, bud. Yeah, we tried to do this on the regular webcam. Everybody hearing me good? Make sure that's going good before we get too carried away. Christine Fields. Me and Christine had a good conversation today. We are going to announce that here pretty quick as well, what me and Christine talked about. You've seen me and Christine and Zach McBee and others there in the last DHS hunt between James Arnold and Zach McBee. A lot of good stuff coming up in the EHS. Brad Bowser, good to hear you. Brad Bowser listened to the podcast today, sent me a message. I really appreciate that, Brad. Very cool. So, yeah, I'm here. I'm in my office. We got Hazel living her best life. Been hunting hard. Been doing stuff that coon hunters do. But we're going to try to bring Wednesday Night Live back. We're going to try to make sure this is a weekly event every week, just like this week in PKC, which is a big deal. Ralph, good question, Brody. Ralph has looked great. I mean, I was excited until last night. So me and Jenna go out. Kids don't go. She grabs her book. She gets in the Kia. I say, hey, we're just going to 2 drops. Ralph's been getting hunted really hard. And so 2 drops. Nothing on the first cone. Whatever. Recut. I'm going to give him a second. We turn loose at 9. He gets treed at 9:50. It's a circle tree, but it's slick. I know you don't like it. There ain't nothing in it. Recut. I finally go and gather him up at 12:30. I think he covered 17 miles. He made 1 tree in 3.5 hours. And so, yeah, I went from the penthouse to the outhouse last night. Not super excited about what Ralph did. And so, yeah, wasn't great. But he's a pup. He's a spring 1-year-old. This happens. The night before, I take him down to some public ground where I actually have to walk. You know, I actually have to get out of the truck and walk behind this dog. And it's rough. There's not a lot of coons there, but I wanted to get there and stretch his legs out and all that stuff. Can't shoot coons there, which he don't need a lot of coons. No big deal. Turning loose, treed with a coon in the first 15 minutes, recut 600 yards, treed again in 5 minutes, recut right at 8/10 in about 30 minutes. Ran an edge, done a good job, got down by this lake, got treed again, has a double. And by that time, I was over a mile from the truck, up and down hills, rough country. And so I pick him up, gather him up. I'm super excited. This was, let's see, this is Wednesday. So this was Tuesday or Monday night. And then Tuesday, he pulls this mess right here. In a spot where I turned him loose where he normally doesn't look good. And so that's one of the reasons I turned him loose there. He struggles with the creek banks. But he didn't. He moved around great. Better than normal. You know, I thought, you know, after the first 900 yards, he's starting to figure it out. And then he pulls the mess he pulled last night. So we'll start it again tonight. All hunting again tonight, a couple drops, and we'll see what happens. But that's one of the things I want to talk about, Superstakes preparation. And Ralph is a little different case because he's a different kind of dog. But normally I do the same stuff, preparing for a big hunt. I get him in a crowd. I do all that. I got him in a crowd on Saturday night. Me and Zane and Trent Kennedy went hunting. And he trees a slick out of the truck, split by himself, gut slick. What he was, he was in the ground. He leaves the ground as he sees us coming, grabs a tree, whatever. Shouldn't be there, shouldn't have done it. Big mistake. Recut him off that, he trees a coon. Everything else is running wild, so we put him up, or put him in the box. We drive, we catch Hazel, who she's in a. Yeah, we hunted her the other night. Big mistake. Yeah, I see you over there. And so we cut Hazel. She gets in a road tube. I just call her out. I didn't even look down there. Move spots. He split with another coon. Gets way off by himself. Hazel has a den. Trent's pups done what pups do. Zane didn't cut his. We go to the next spot. As I went to Ralph, Zane and them guys went and turned loose. And when I get there, Zane's dog's already treed. And so Ralph has been turned into dogs treed a bunch and never went to him. And Zane goes, well, I thought you might want to turn him loose into a dog coming tree. And I said, that's a good idea. Turn him loose into Zane's Josie female. She's treed. He goes the exact opposite direction, makes a big loop, goes right in there to her. I mean, right in there to her. And knew he shouldn't have been there and didn't want to be there. We drive to that tree. As he sees the lights coming, he leaves. And gets struck, bangs around. Zane's female comes treed again, and he covers her a lot quicker this time, but he still covered her. And so I went in there. She had a den. I got onto him a little bit, sent him on. Zane went back. Hazel was loose at the time. She had a coon, so I went back to Hazel. She had a coon, throw her in the back. Ralph gets treed again finally, and we go to him. He's got another coon. So pup stuff. He does a bunch of pup stuff. And then none of that I was disappointed crazy with. I mean, yeah, not something he should be doing, not something he makes a habit of, but, he's a 1-year-old. It happens. The next night he looks great. The night after that, I'm like, ew. So, yeah, that's what we had going on. And Ralph, the preparation is the same. We pound them and pound them and pound them for 2 months going into a hunt like that, at least. They get hunted 3 nights a week, 4 nights a week, sometimes 5, 6, 7 nights a week. But say for 6 months, they're averaging 3 to 4 nights a week. Mostly by themselves until they're good at treeing coons. And then half and half in a crowd and by themselves. And then that last month, we start mixing the crowd more. We get all that. We start getting their 101. I took Ralph down to Nortonville, Kansas, drew a good cast with Elijah Hamilton and a couple other guys with good dogs. He does what he needs to do. He gets his 101 quick, first cast, done deal. And I'm living the high life. And then the next thing you know, I'm living the low life. So that's how Ralph's been doing. He could get in. He could do some damage out there, or he could not win a cast. You don't know until you get out there, but we'll see. So, yeah, that's it. What's going on with you guys? Anybody listen to the podcast today? I know Brad Bowser did. I know a few other guys did. And you see a post on Cane Stream Media right now that's talking preparation and hard work is where excellence is where preparation and hard work meet. And that is a perfect example of John Strickland. And not just John Strickland. Everybody gets on these guys. Billy Dwyer. Yes, I talked to Billy today quite a bit. Good to hear from you, Billy. But everybody gets on these guys. I've seen comments. Strickland just buys his dogs. Oh, Strickland, if I had unlimited money, I could do that too. Maybe. But I doubt it. Justin Dickerson, 7D Outdoors. Great podcast. Truly enjoyed it. Good to hear from you, Justin. Me and Strickland are friends. Everybody knows that. Me and Dool are friends. Me and Weed have hunted and competed against each other. Ward, Austin Gentry, all these guys that were in the TOC and in the PKC World Championship. Lane Leverett, Eli Leverett. Eli Leverett hunted a pup out of Con and Dream that Bob Dudley owns. That was, he got her second in the side-by-side hunt, all that stuff. William Britt, good to hear from you. Mike Bynum, we've been good through all these storms. I've rebuilt my kennels. Side note, I've rebuilt all my kennels, put them all back up. Everything's good to go. We've missed a lot of these storms. Everything's been south of us. But you look at these guys, Final three of the PKC World. Maynard, everybody knows me and Maynard have walked along on tons of casts together. I've never drawn Maynard. I think I've just filmed him. But Eli Leverett and Fame, Crash and Duel, Strickland and Ann, Austin Gentry and Cowboy, Weed and whatever Weed is packing, Ward and whatever Ward is packing, whether it be JoJo or Lefty or whatever, Ryan Krausen, all these guys, everyone says, oh, they just got a money man behind them, or they've got the opportunity. If I had that, but really, would you? Would you? Because these guys work a lot harder than people think. And this podcast is, I think that maybe I didn't make a good enough point about bringing that out in Strickland. I think I've done it in the Dog Life series. If you watch the Dog Life series with John Strickland on Cane Stream Media, on the YouTube channel right here where you guys are viewing this live stream, you'll see that John really loves Kuna and competition Kuna. Duel's the same way. Ward's the same way. Weed's the same way. All these guys, Ryan, Wes Hamilton, these guys, Zach McBee, you'll see that on the Dog Life series too. Russ Beller, Sutmiller. Sutmiller's an underrated Dog Life series. You watch Keith Sutmiller. Keith Sutmiller's like 120 years old. No offense, Keith. And I stay in pretty good shape. I have to because of the work that I'm in. And Keith will walk me into the ground. He'll chase squirrel dogs all day and coon dogs all night. And being great, you look at the USDC stuff with John Perkins and Michael Perkins and Joey Poston. And, these guys are all the same. Yes, they're good dog men. There's lots of good dog men out there. More than people think. But there aren't very many of them that'll put forth the effort in their everyday lives and what we're doing at night or the daytime or whatever dog sport we choose. They'll put that same effort into their dogs. And so that's kind of what the podcast should have showed today. And I hopefully it did. I don't know. But, man, these guys work really hard. And they're really talented. And, yes, John Strickland has money. And, yes, Dual Murphy has Ike Rainey behind him. But why, though? You think Ike Rainey just called some random guy out of the blue that was on Facebook talking about how good his plot was or whatever and just said, hey, I want to hire you? No, Dual had to start from the bottom just like the rest of us. And he put forth the work. He done what he needed to do. And next thing you know, he's a PKC world champion. Doug Hebner the same way the year before. Joey Craver the same way the year before. And let's see, who was it? Oh, Cheyenne Cummings. There's a guy that puts in a lot of work the year before. So, yeah. I hope that you guys seen that and listened to it and all that stuff and got to maybe just get the inkling that a lot of folks say they can, but some folks actually do it. And Strickland's one of those guys. Congratulations to him. Little Ann, a Fueled by Joy dog. I believe he feeds her super meal. All that good stuff. So, yeah. Podcast was a good one. And I'm excited about it. So, there it is. But yeah, what else you guys got? I know we're going to talk. I got some puppies being raised. We were going to talk about that. I've got probably another 10 minutes on here. So if you guys got any other questions, let me know. It's been a crazy few weeks coming off of the PKC World Championship, watching the TOC, trying to get this dog ready for Superstakes and everything like that. So some of the cane stream stuff has not been great. Yeah, Dwayne White, you're right. He didn't just start winning. He's been doing it for a long time. Very long time. But EHS news. We do have a big EHS coming. It is for the undisputed championship of the world. John Strickland versus Dual Murphy. Date to be announced. Here's what we're going to do. My goal is to, for the members, silver members and above, we're going to air that hunt live. Strickland versus, I assume, Crash, maybe Jack, maybe whatever Dual decides to hunt. Dual, and I quote, says, I ain't scared of his dog or him. And for good reason. Dual's a PKC world champion. Strickland, Tournament of Champions winner, 6-time truck winner, all that stuff. So that is coming in the Elite Handler Series. We are hoping for May. We got the Superstakes coming up next week. I will start that coverage on Wednesday. And then we will hopefully announce a date the week after Superstakes for the EHS World Championship. Yeah. It's going to be wild. Also, speaking of Christine Fields, we do have a women's Elite Handler Series in the works. Here's my thoughts behind that. Ladies, you don't have a lot of places to hunt and hunts that are just for ladies. So we're going to have a women's division in the Elite Handler Series. I've contacted a lot of the women that are going to be in the EHS. We're going to have a top 10. We're going to do it just like the men do it. And as we get those hunts rolling too, they will compete for an undisputed championship against the men as well. Because some of these girls are really good coon hunters. I mean, really good. There's some details to work out with that, but we're going to get it done. There's a lot of good stuff coming up in the Elite Handler Series. That's a big draw. Everybody wants to see it. It is head-to-head hunting done right. It's not the one-on-one coon league. It is actual coon hunters competing against actual coon hunters with an actual set of rules that make sense. And it's going to be fun to watch for all you guys. Let's see, what else did I have? You guys got any questions? You make sure and send them out here. We got another few minutes to be live. But yeah, EHS women, Dual and Strickland. We got other EHS hunts coming in the men's division as well. We are talking about Joy Super Hunt for squirrel logs. We're talking about a Joy Super Hunt with beagles, stuff to iron out there as well. The merch store. I get a lot of messages about that. Where can I get the Haters Welcome shirts, all that stuff. That is all getting set up as we speak. You guys want a Haters Welcome shirt. The members will get to pay a little cheaper price than everybody else. We'll have members hunts giveaway or members shirts giveaway, everything like that throughout the month. So if you're not a member of Cane Stream, make sure and join there too as well. But yeah, that's it. It's a beautiful day here in North Missouri. I've been hunting hard. Trying to get Ralphie ready for Spring Superstakes. We will be live a week from today at Spring Superstakes. We'll start our coverage Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Of course, Saturday is the big day. We will be live in the woods. We'll be doing play-by-plays on all the final casts or semifinal casts, and then we'll be live in the woods. Prairie Wildlife wants to do a hunt here in Mississippi. Where at in Mississippi, Dwayne? And what is Prairie Wildlife? Expand, please. I would like to hear it. But yeah, A lot of big stuff in store for King Stream. We got another Dog Life series coming up here pretty quick. We got episode 4 with Zach McBee and gang coming up after Superstakes as well. The PKC podcast, West Point, Mississippi, Dwayne says. Yeah, send me some messages. We'll try to get that figured out. Yes, Christine, we're going to do it. We're going to do it right. These women are very good hounds ladies, hounds of women, hounds of men, whatever. Yeah. Billy Dwyer says, have you thought about doing a state hunt winner EHS? Here's the thing about the Elite Handler Series. What people don't understand is we pay these guys pretty good. No entry fee. We have to get sponsorships for everything. I would love to do one every week. I would like to have one every week of the year besides Christmas and New Year's or whatever. But every Elite Handler Series event that we have costs us, especially if I have to travel over $1,000. The hunters get paid, the judges get paid, all that stuff. Takes time to edit, put out, all that stuff. So there's a lot more that goes into it than people think. And so, yeah, whatever we get money for and sponsorship for, that's how many EHS hunts we had. Joey footed the bill on the last one, along with Elite Nutrition, Razor, Conkeys, Carolina Coon Hunter Supply. They footed the bill on a lot of them. And so, yeah, we don't want to treat the women or the squirrel hunters or anything like that any different than the men. And so whatever we can afford and put out there, we're definitely going to do it. The members pay for a lot of that. The more members we get, the more EHS hunts we get. And so that's what does it. Every dime that Cane Stream makes, we put right back into Cane Stream and try to make you guys have the best viewing experience possible. So yeah, Billy, we would love to have a youth division, bird dogs, squirrel dogs, beagles, any kind of working dog possible that can be a head-to-head event, retrievers. We would love to do it. But, it takes time and money, and we're getting there. We get closer every week. So yeah. All right, guys. Anything else? I'm getting ready to shut this thing down and go make supper. Get Ralph loaded up. I don't know if I'm going to hunt her tonight or not. She looks pretty comfy. I let her in every day, every morning, put her out every night. She sleeps on that couch all day long. And that's about as far as she gets. But she's been a good one. Old Hazel baby. She's almost, let's see, she is a 15 model. Maybe she's a 16 model. I think she's a 9-year-old. But she's mostly retired. Jason's going to break her out for maybe a couple more youth hunts this summer. That's his dog. Even though I feed her and take care of her and pay all the bills and do most of the hunting with her through the week. That's still Jason's dog somehow. I don't know how. Kid stuff. But yeah, that's all I got. You guys got any more questions? I'll give it another minute or two while I ramble on. Other than that, it is a beautiful day here in North Missouri. It's a little windy, but the wind's dying down right at dark every night. It was 75 degrees. We still don't have any leaves. The crops are just now getting planted, so I can still drive to everything without getting too carried away. And it is the best time of the year to hunt in North Missouri. Absolute best time of the year. That's why I love spring Superstakes, is because we get, you hunt them all year, you hunt them all winter. They battle the cold and the frost and the snow, and then you take them down south and they're living on the road, just to get them hunting in. But that month of March and that 3 weeks of April before Superstakes, I'm telling you, are fantastic. Brody Julian says his leaves are already in. Ours won't be in for another 3 weeks, probably 2 weeks. My maple tree in the yard, it's got some leaves. You can still see every limb, though. I'm actually looking out the window at it right now. But yeah, it's going to be probably another 10 days, 14 days before I need to carry my thermal. And then after that, bugs, ticks, mosquitoes. Ugh. Summer is here. But a summer here is better than a summer in Louisiana with Billy Dwyer and Mississippi with Dwayne White. I promise you. But our winters suck. So that's when I go down to Louisiana and Mississippi. So yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys for joining me. This is Wednesday Night Live. We're going to start doing this every week again. It will be live from Superstakes next week. Live from here again next week. Yeah, Brody, we got ticks now already. I picked a few off of them, and me and Credence went fishing, and we had probably all kinds of ticks on our legs the other day. But then the next night it was 28, and frost everywhere. So yeah, we get that. That'll knock them down a little bit. Yes, I don't mind the heat. My dogs don't mind the heat, but I'm not a big fan of the cold, so I don't know why I live here. But y'all's heat is worse than my heat too. So there's that. But here's the important thing: you got to keep your dogs hunted through it. You know, guys will take a break, for a month, 2 months, something like that when it first starts getting hot. And then it'll be a 65-degree night. And I'm like, it's nice and cool. The last time that dog was out and got any exercise, it was 40. And now it's 65. Your dog's going to get hot, especially in the standing corn around here. I won't hunt standing corn around here when it's really hot. So, yeah, that's something to keep mindful of. You keep hunting your dogs through it, your dogs are fine, especially if you keep them hydrated. You're mindful of how they act, how they tree, how they do all that stuff. So, yeah. Hunt them through it. Hunt them every night till it gets green, and then that adjustment ain't so hard. What about you, Hazel? You think we should go tonight? I don't think she wants to go. Hazel, you want to go hunting? That's a pretty weak tail wag. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I'm going to make some supper. I'm going to get my dogs ready and get them loaded up. Tune in next week. Spring Superstakes. All that good stuff. If you're not a member, you got any questions about joining, make sure and send me a message on Facebook. You can email me, josh@canestream.com. All that good stuff as well. I'm going to go check on the puppies and get some burgers cooked and get ready for another beautiful night here in North Missouri. So thanks for joining me. Stay tuned next week. PKC Spring Superstakes tomorrow. PKC this week with Christy Denny. And that's a good episode. I know the members have seen it, but for the non-members, that will be out tomorrow. She does a great job. Next week, we will be live from PKC World Hunt for PKC this week, or PKC Superstakes for PKC this week. So a lot of good stuff coming up. We'll see you soon, and you guys keep them treated.